Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to a new project. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a sneak peek. It's parked just here. Let's take a look and see what we've bought. So, there it is. What we have here, if you haven't already realised, is a 2015 plate colour therapy in Valère blue. Colour code, because I'm an anorak, is 952. It has other names as well, but I think Valère is the more common name for it. I don't know what it says on the label. So as you can see, not an awful lot wrong with it. So there's nothing wrong with it at the front. It is a colour therapy, which has got the white mirrors and the extremely dirty white aerial up there. It hasn't got the original wheel trims. I've had this a couple of days, but not done anything with it because I've been at work. It's filthy dirty, as always, but it is rear damage, and it is actually a Cat S. Both sills are absolutely fine, so there's literally no damage on this at the sides whatsoever. The roof, apart from being dirty, is okay. No scratches, no dents. The paint, apart from the amount of, it looks like the old Sahara sand is covering it, so they're dirtier than they normally are. But yeah, the front is completely straight. There's not a mark on that front bumper. It looks like it's been looked after. Coming around this side, you can see no damage, not a parking ding, nothing, absolutely nothing. It has got, apart from again they're being dirty, it's got what looks like good tyres all the way around. Fairly good. Yeah, they're a little bit on the low side. The front ones are. Whether they're low enough to warrant me replacing them or not, I don't know. We'll have a look at that. So, as a 2015, it's what I always refer to as being a facelift. So it's got traction control, it's got the revised vertical ECU, which is allegedly better on emissions, although I think this is still a £30 a month rather than a £20 a month, which the facelift ones are. I suppose I will show you the damage, shouldn't I, really? Let's go around the back and have a look. Here we go, it's a Glyn Hopkins car. Rear damage, so we need a backlight. Glass is broken. This could be repaired, too much to be repaired by me, but it could go to the body shop and have this repaired, but I've got a new one for 60 quid. The only thing that's missing from it is the handle, and obviously I can use the handle that's on it. And the bumper is split. Again, I probably could have repaired it, but it is a little bit on the mangled upside, so it's quite expensive, the bumper that I've bought, but it looks, and it is a lounge bumper rather than the pop bumper, but it looks in really good condition. But we'll come on to the parts in a bit. So yeah, I've got the hatch. I've already got a rear light which came on the facelift that had been stripped. It had the old lights on it, so I've got two lights, so it's cost me nothing. Bumper has cost me £150 posted. Haven't got it yet, but going by the pictures, it looks absolutely spot on. So I thought the fact that it's a lounge bumper, yeah, okay, it's got a bit of chrome on it rather than that, yeah, fine, but does it matter? Not really. I would have, if I could have got a pop bumper in colour, I would have put a pop bumper on it, but it really don't matter. Externally, that's all. Obviously that's not the reason it's Cat S. I bought a bar, again, which hasn't come yet. I don't know whether the bar is damaged. I imagine it probably is. But if you look down there, it's got a bit of a scuff there. So I don't know whether there's been a low and a high. But in the boot, completely straight here, completely straight. The boot shuts, as you probably saw. The lines are all absolutely spot on down there and down there. It's equal, it's straight. The space between the lights and the boot, both sides, is the same. The gap along the bottom is the same. It opens and shuts fine. The only damage is down here. So if we just move that out of the way. So it's been pushed in just here a bit. It's a little bit of a crease. This side is absolutely fine. I'll show you this in more detail obviously later, but initially, so yeah, it's a bit of a crease here. The good thing about it is when it's got a spare wheel in it, that's probably, yeah, that's quite tight in there, so it's probably going to be a little bit dented around there as well. You can see that it's pushed this out, or in rather, so that's going to be slightly deformed as well, but that is going to be really, really easy for me to repair. I've got my my pneumatic repairing thing, which I can use to push all that back in like I did on the other car. But the good thing is this double skin bit here has not been touched. You can see it's perfectly straight. It's just that bit, so that's the reason it's Cat S, and that alone. So I can easily fix that in probably 10 or 15 minutes. And obviously we will film all of that. I will do it in real time as well, not in time lapse, so you can see exactly how it's done. If you remember on, I've forgotten the name of the project now, but the last one I did like this, which had this bit dented as well, when I repaired the bit underneath, I pushed off the back of the wheel well, and I actually made a puncture hole in the bottom, in the back of the wheel well. I won't make that mistake again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some wood, and I'm going to make up a template which is circular, which it will then push against, which it will then spread the load, and it won't actually damage. You know, you learn from your mistakes. I'm sure that's exactly what other people do as well, but I've never done it before. That was the first time I've done it, and now I learned from my mistake. Next time I do it, I don't make that mistake. So that's it, damage wise. That is all the damage. So the reason I bought this car, I paid slightly more than I really wanted to. I think the hammer price is 1,650, I think it was. I was the only bidder that was live. It was at 1,600 before the auction, and I was the only bidder on the live auction. Fortunately, I was working, so I couldn't film I was working at home, but I couldn't film the auction because I did it on my phone. So yeah, only bidder, and I won it for 1,650. With fees, it was a smidgen over £2,000, I think. Or was that included? I had to pay my annual Copart fee as well, and I owed them £6 for storage from the previous car that I picked up a day late. So yeah, I can't remember exactly. I will let you know. I'll put it on now. Right, let's show you on the inside. See what we got. So being the pre-facelift, as I call it, we've got the nicer seats. Although it's a pop spec, if you like, because being the colour therapy, it's a funked up. Yes, I said funked up pop spec, but being the facelift, it has the nicer seats. They're much nicer than the basic seats in the old one. It's a little bit dirty in here, as they always are. Some horrible, crappy mats. Lots of junk. Oh, look, we've got a free phone holder there. Nice. What else have we got under here? Excuse the camera work. Lots of bits of paper. Oh, coronavirus test. Ugh, don't want that. Oh, there's even the bloody things for the corona doobry. An horrible steering wheel cover. We'll need to put some gloves on and have a good clear out in here, I think. Nothing much in there. Load of junk in here. I don't know what's in there. I don't really want to stick my hands in there. Oh, nice. Chewing gum. Lovely. Chewed up chewing gum. It's been then wrapped in a chewing gum wrapper. Wonderful. Thanks for that. You never know what you're going to find in here. What else? Oh, look what I've just seen. Oh. Didn't see this in the pictures. A handbook. What's the chances of a service book? So we got key code. Oh, we got the stereo code there, which is always a handy thing to have. because I may have a cunning plan on this car. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to do that or not yet, but we'll see. So what we got in here? Manuals, bits and pieces. Oh, look at this, warranty and services. Let's have a look. It's got a service history. Fantastic. Anything? Is it stamped? Oh, look at that. So it's stamped at 2016, 6,800 miles, which is Fiat dealers. Alfa Romeo dealers, St Jordan's of Hull, at 18,000 miles. When was that? 2017. Another one, Glyn Hopkins, L/M. What's that mean? Don't know. But that was a serviced. Another service at Quick Fit, so Cheapskates had it then, at 37,000 miles. Then we went back to Stoneacre, Fiat dealers again at 45,000 miles in 2020, so the following year, 2018, 19 and 20. Oh, timing belt. Timing belt was done at 51,000 miles. Can't remember what the mileage is now, it's 50 something. No, that's great. Timing belt and a service was done at, can't see the stamp, I think it's Glyn Hopkins actually. And then it was serviced again, service L/L. What the hell does L/L mean? At 55,000 miles on the 18th of January. So 2 months ago it was serviced. And a few months ago it had the cam belt done. Fantastic. 7 stamps. That is the best service history I've ever had from one of these cars. So yeah, there's no rips or burns or anything like that in the seats, as far as I can see. It doesn't look like it's been a smoker's car. Let's get in the driver's seat. Shut this boot for a minute. Right, let's have a look. So what we got, 55,773. So it's only done a few hundred miles since the last service. It's not that dirty in here actually. I mean, there's a lot of rubbish all over the floor. What on earth's that? We've got a little teddy bear. I think we'll get rid of that. Oh, it's just fallen off on the floor. Oh, I thought it was an air freshener for a minute. I don't know what that's all about. A little koala or something, isn't it? On the floor. Nothing in there. Stereo, right. My favourite thing. Yeah, 55,773. We've got no lights up. Any free CDs? Oh, how disappointing. No free CDs. So we got, that needs to, I was going to say that needs to come off. It's already off. Okay, so that needs to be tightened up. No, it is tight. Could do with it being a little bit tighter. And then we'll stick that back on. What on earth's that? It hasn't even got any glue on that. Never mind, anyway. So we've got the colour-coded gear knob, and we've got aircon. Being a facelift, a pre-facelift facelift, it's also got ASR, which is traction control, which is always good. Obviously they have ABS as standard, but these have got traction control as well. They don't have hill start assist or anything like that. That just comes with the some of the facelift ones. But yeah, it's nice. I think it's the nicer seats that set it off as well. They're so much nicer in these. As I say, even though it is a pop spec, because it's a facelift. I keep calling it a facelift. It's not a facelift, but I think these are the same seats that are in the facelift actually. So they obviously put them in these one in the facelift before they did the facelift. So that's it on the inside really. We'll pop the bonnet now and we'll have a quick look under the bonnet. All right, here we go under the bonnet. The usual relatively dusty and dirty engine. So as you can see, although it's obviously stamped in the book, as you can see, that sticker has been removed, so that is generally your telltale sign as to whether your cam belt has been done or not. They do sometimes, as you know, write something on here, but that is the telltale sign, because behind that hole there is a bolt, and that bolt has to be undone to take this cover off. So that is a telltale sign, because it never sticks back properly. Yeah, it looks like, looking down there, I think that's had a new slave cylinder. That looks a bit too silvery to me. I reckon that's had a new slave cylinder. Can't see that bit under there because it's under the battery. It looks like it's on the original battery by the looks of it, which is filthy dirty. So the battery seems fine. I will obviously give it a good test, and I might even give it a good charge. But yeah, so new cam belt. What looks like a new slave cylinder. All looks good. All looks good. So obviously no frontal damage on this, which is nice. Makes change actually. Although they are my bread and butter, but obviously there's no grief with anything fitting, which is quite pleasant. So yeah, no, tyres do look alright actually. I think, well, yeah, I mean, it's only had MOT January, less than 2 months ago since it had its MOT, and it passed with no advisories. I don't think there were any advisories. So yeah, good. I think they're probably cheap tyres, but they're all right, all the same. Yeah, they all look pretty good. Muddy, a bit muddy, so they're difficult to tell. But apart from the dirt on it, the paintwork looks really good. So I do think, obviously the person spent money on it, getting the cam belt done at the sort of required time, which is nice, makes change, I have to say. That's the cat. Poppy. She always ignores me when I'm filming. She's a bit of a diva. Yeah, all good. I'm just going to go up to the X because I've still got the tailgate in the boot, so I'm just going to go and grab that, get that out and show you that. Okay, so there it is. It's going to match. It's off, which year car is it off? I can't remember now. Can't remember. But Glyn Hopkins, oh no, that's Evans Halshaw. The car's come from Evans Halshaw. I'll take the Glyn Hopkins sticker off. So the only thing that's not on there is the handle and the wiper blade, or the wiper arm, I should say. Everything else, the lights on, the brake lights is absolutely filthy dirty. The carpet and the hinges are on there. And presumably all the internals, the locks there, everything else, it's absolutely filthy dirty, but I don't think there's any scratches on it anywhere. It's just a matter of giving it a good clean. The bloke found it at the back, he didn't even realise he had it, because I said to him, "You don't suppose you've got a bumper?" And he said, no, he said, "I found this one at the back of my workshop." He said, "I forgot I had them, I've had them for a couple of years." So it's just been sitting there gathering dust. But I got it for 60 quid. So that's not bad. £60 and an hour's drive each way. It's got a good badge on it as well, so I'll take all the bits off of the old one. I'm not going to, I've seen people like sell damaged ones. I'm not going to try and sell it. I'm just going to take all the bits off of it. I'll take the wiper off of it and put it on that one. I'll keep the badge. Obviously I'll use the handle. Anything on the internals, the lock and everything else, I'll keep those. I've got loads of them, but I will keep them because you never know when you might have a broken one. I'd say the bumper is on order. I think it's been dispatched. I bought it yesterday, and the bumper bar as well. I will get the bumper. So what my plan is tomorrow. So I'm working today. So I've just been taking little bits of time out, having a break to get this filming done for the walk around video. So my intention tomorrow, first thing, is to give it a good clean. Give it a snow foam, give it a clean, get all that stuff off the windscreen, and then my plan tomorrow is to do the hatch. I'll get this hatch off, put the new hatch on, and then we'll get the bumper off and have a look underneath. So with a bit of luck, the new bumper might come tomorrow, in which case, and the bar hopefully. So in theory, I know I've got the thing in the boot to do, but I don't think that will take very long. So in theory, apart from doing that boot, reshaping that boot area, and giving it a good clean inside, I will clean the seats. It's the sort of seats it's difficult to see whether they're actually dirty, but they will get a clean. So yeah, apart from an internal clean, I don't think it's going to take me more than certainly not more than 2 days, probably including doing the seats. So the only delay I can envisage is waiting for the logbook to come back. I sent off for the logbook via a V62 a couple of days before I even got the car, just to get it in the system. That could take a couple of weeks or so, couple of weeks, 3 weeks possibly. I'm envisaging the car to be finished long before then. I don't need to get it MOT'd because it was only MOT'd less than 2 months ago, so I don't need to do that. Yeah, that's it really. That's your walk around, I think. There's nothing more I can tell you. Oh, well, one thing I was going to say, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this in this car or not, because they're cost-wise. So this, as I said, I have already would have put up by now what I did pay, and as I say, I think it was around the £2,000 mark in total plus delivery. So I'm probably into it for about 2.2, say. but it's a 15 plate. So I will sell this probably with that full service history and the relatively low miles, 55,000, probably for 3.5. And I think I've already got a buyer for it. And if I haven't, then I've got several people behind that who will probably buy it anyway. So it's going to go quick. So I reckon I can probably sell that for 3,500. The straight ones are going for, well, this age, are going for around 5.5. So it's a massive discount, isn't it? At 3.5, massive discount. So I think that's worth 3.5 grand of anybody's money. And I've told one person that, although I haven't sent them pictures of this car, I've sent them pictures of a similar car. Told them 3.5 grand, and they're happy with that. Obviously, they haven't seen this one yet, but my idea was, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but and I will show you pictures of it. I will insert some pictures of what I've bought. And I had intended, is that broken? No, I thought it was. It's not. I had intended to do a separate video on an installation, but what I've done is I've bought a stereo from AliExpress. It fits that entire aperture. You don't need to put in one of those horrible converter things, and it's a direct replacement. And it does come with supposedly a CAN bus module, but I've heard reports that it's not the right CAN bus module. So what my thoughts were, because obviously there's no Bluetooth in this car, no steering wheel controls. I don't need a steering wheel module, which is extra. It should be just plug and play. I've got to join wires and what have you, but apart from that, it should just be plug and play. And so you've got very similar buttons to this, but then you've got a nice big screen. And it's got everything on it. I think has it got GPS? I'm not sure. Not sure if it's got sat nav, but it's got, Bluetooth, video, you name it, it's got it, apart from possibly GPS. I'm not sure about that. And that cost me, I think it was about 120 quid. And I do want to put it in one of these project cars. I don't know whether it's going to be this one or not yet. I haven't decided. Possibly not, but it will go in a pop or a colour therapy if I can get one cheap enough where there's more money in it. But I haven't spent much. If this has cost me, say what, 2.2? I said. Bumpers cost me 150. 25 quid for a bar. 60 quid for that. So it's basically cost me 250 quid for parts. I haven't got wheel trims. Okay, so wheel trims. Don't like these wheel trims, although they would look decent on another car, so I would keep them. As a colour therapy, I really would like to put on the really expensive proper colour therapy trims. Now they're fetching 300 quid for a new set, or getting on for 300 quid for a new set. I've been bidding on some on eBay, and I've managed to so far get two. I've got one for £25 something, and I've got another one for £35, I think it was, which is still quite a lot for one hubcap, but I would like to get them. I mean, they've got some damage, they might need a bit of painting doing on them, but apart from that, I want to put the proper ones on. There are more on there. I missed out on one that went for £9 something, and I couldn't believe I missed out on it. But there's another one tonight, I think, which is already at 35 quid, so I don't think I'm going to be bidding on that one. But there's another one which ends in a day or two, which there's two of them, and I only need two more, obviously, so two are on their way. And I've got two more to get. So if I can get them in time, I'll put them on this car just to make it look more original. Because as much as they're all right, those, and I would put them on an ordinary pop just to save a bit of money to get some decent ones, because they are half decent. Not as nice as the ones I put on the Glam Coral car, but they're all right. So yeah, that's the plan. So that's where we are at the moment. So that's your walk around. And the next video, which will probably be on Wednesday, will be the repair, or the start of the repair. And as I say, I'm going to do it in real time. Not the boot, because you've seen that all before a couple of times, but I'll do that on time lapse. But when I push out that housing, the spare wheel well, when I push that out, I'll do that in real time, so you can see it done, because it won't take very long. So until tomorrow, when we come out here, put it back in the same place it is now, give it a good wash, and we'll get on with it. So I better get back indoors and get on with my work, as I'm supposed to be working. But it's a lovely sunny day, it's getting on for 20 degrees. Summer's on its way, let's hope the weather doesn't change. So that's it for your walk around video of the new project. So I'm calling this project Blue Therapy. I know, but there's nothing on the number plate that really gives me any ideas for a name, so this is Project Blue Therapy. So until Wednesday, Don't forget, if you are a casual viewer, hit that subscribe button, see this project and lots of other projects and all the how-to videos as well. What do you think about doing that stereo? Shall I do it on this car, or shall I do it on another car where there's a little bit more money in it? Although I'm going to make a decent amount out of this if I do sell it for £3.5 grand, but we'll see. I might do it. All depends on how long it takes me to get the logbook back, really, I suppose, because if I've got time to do it, then I can. So, until next week, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.